Welcome to another edition of Hef's Beer Reviews. A bit of a pre-warning, there will be some waffle going on before I actually get to the beer review in this episode. Another beer from Six String Brewing up at Erina on the central coast of New South Wales, just north of Sydney. And late last year, in a collaboration with the North Sydney Bears Rugby League Club, famous club, one of the founding clubs of the New South Wales Rugby League, of course, they were selling a limited number of cans of what they're calling Bear Park Brew, or the local lager. They were selling it in cases of 24 cans to celebrate the team of the century that they had named. And they also did a limited number of 6-packs, and I'll show you the cans in a minute, for $26 for the 6 cans, which for craft lager isn't too bad, I thought. And each can is individually designed to reflect, I guess, an era of the Bears, especially in terms of the logo and the jersey. So I'll pull them out. I don't know if they're going to be in order. This one here with the red and black hoops. That'll be one of the early ones, if not the original Bears logo and jersey. Way to put the cans. What else have we got? This is another early one. There's the bear making its first appearance. Didn't really plan this part very well. This might be the next one, actually. I'll save that one. No, I won't. I'll show you, but this is the one I'm going to drink tonight. This to me, now I must say, look, I'm not a North Sydney fan per se. I am an Eastern Suburbs Roosters fan, lifelong fan. But like a lot of people, I guess, of my generation at least, a lot of people had, I guess, at least a soft spot for the Bears, if not would actually say that the Bears were their second team. The Bears were my second team. And growing up in the Manly-Warringah area, had plenty of friends who were Bears fans. One of my best mates in particular was a mad North Sydney Bears fan. And our high school, the Bears were huge in the early 90s. Our high school band, not that I was a member of it, but our high school band played weekly, or at each home game, I should say, with the Bears at North Sydney Oval, one of the best suburban grounds, sporting grounds that you find in Sydney, of course. Still host the Bears, who are playing in the level below the NRL now. Did go to a few games actually in recent years before moving down to the Illawarra. $5 to get in. Good footy, great atmosphere. Still also host Northern Suburbs Rugby Club in the Shute Shield, of course, and North Sydney Cricket, who play in, I think it's called New South Wales Premier Cricket, grade cricket or something. And these were the glory days. I think this era, this jersey finished in 1991, which was really the beginning of the resurgence of the Bears, who of course only won 2 premierships in their existence, 1921 and 22. So there you go, we'll put that one aside. I think that was the one that followed, the Citibank era. On to this one, which I think was their final jersey that they wore in the NRL before the failed merger with Manly, of course. Was always going to fail. And this one. So there you go, they're the 6 cans. Sent this along as well. And I assume that these beers are being sold at North Sydney Oval for Bears game. Don't know what kind of cans or vessels are being sold in, but there you go. And look, it's Been a warm day today, very, very humid, so it's lager weather. This is what we're drinking, 375ml can, 4.8% ABV, so 1.4 standard drinks. And it also tells us that there's only 12 IBU, water, malt, hops and yeast. So, crack her open and pour out into this schooner glass. So not only were the Bears my second team, but one of my all-time favourite rugby league players, Peter Jackson, spent some time at the Bears. Brilliant player. The late great Peter Jackson, of course, played some great footy for Queensland in State of Origin as well. Other great players of this era who I enjoyed watching: Greg Florimo, Jason Taylor, the original JT, obviously had his best years at the Bears. Gary Larson, Billy Moore, Tony Ray, Paddy Jarvis, Mark Soden, Paul Conlon, David Hall, Brett Dallas, Sean Hoppy. Plenty of great players at the Bears. Plenty of great players. So here we go. This is what the beer looks like. Look, it's light straw in colour. It's very clear. Less than a finger of white head, which is dissipating quite quickly. Aroma. Not a whole lot to speak of. No real hop presence on the aroma. Yeah, just some bready malt. Good carbonation you can see coming up. Let's have a taste of the Bear Park Brew. Cheers. Okay. Look, there's actually not a lot, I don't think, to distinguish this from most Australian lagers, but you would have to say that it is a beer that has been perfectly brewed for the intended market. It is the type of beer that you would be very happy to sit on the hill at North Sydney Oval, have a couple of these, have a pie and watch the footy. Of course, it's summer at the moment. As I said, it's a warm, humid day, so also a beer like this, very pleasant in these conditions. It's refreshing, it's crisp, it's very clean. It's quite light on the body. I wouldn't say watery, but it is light. Very little bitterness to speak of. The 12 IBUs that they put on the can seems accurate. It's not particularly dry on the finish. Not too sweet either. Yeah, just a very easy drinking and refreshing beer. So in terms of a rating, look, for the beer itself, I guess it's probably about a 3, to be honest. There's nothing wrong with it. Certainly, as I said, it is very refreshing. It would be very sessionable at the footy, and I do love the concept. I love these cans. Being a person who has a big soft spot for the Bears and always will, I'm really impressed with these. I was lucky enough to get this 6-pack. They sold out very quickly, so one could only hope, if you're in Sydney and you get a chance to get down to North Sydney Oval during the footy season and watch the Bears. As I said, I think it's still only $5 to get in. It's a great afternoon. Still draw a decent crowd, especially when they're playing someone like Newtown, another old traditional club. Get great crowds for that one. So get down there, have a Bear Park Brew and enjoy the footy. Cheers.